Exercise 7.3. Find the circumference and area of each shape. Give each answer as a multiple of pi. Part A. Circumference is for the circle having the formula 2 pi r. So it will be 2 times pi, and diameter is 9 centimeters. So radius is going to be half of that. That is 4.5. So now you need to multiply it with 2 pi. So the answer is going to be double of 4.5, which is 9, and then pi. Since we need to give the answer in terms of pi, so this is 9 pi. Okay. Then area. For area, we have got formula of pi r squared. Pi as it is, and the radius is 4.5, and then square. So square of 4.5, that is 20.25, and then pi. Now since this was circumference, it has to be given in simple centimeter, and area has to be given in centimeter squares. So this is the answer to part A. In the same way, this is part B now. Circumference is 2 pi, and the radius in this case is 37, which is 74 pi centimeter, and area is going to be pi r squared, that is pi times 37 squared. So that will be 1369 pi and then centimeter square. So this is how these parts A and B are to be done. Then it is part C and D which are to be done exactly on the same pattern. For part E, circumference is 2 pi r, 2 times pi times radius. Radius in this case is 6, so the answer is 12 pi centimeter. And area is pi r squared, pi times 6 squared, that is 36 pi centimeter squares. But one thing that you need to observe, this is for the half of the circle. So this needs to be divided by 2. This needs to be divided by 2. This needs to be divided by 2. So the answer is going to be 6 pi centimeter. And then for the circumference, I need to include this side as well. Means this side. So 6 pi plus 6 plus 6. That means 12. So the complete answer is going to be 6 pi plus 12 centimeter. And for this pi r squared, the radius is to be divided by 2, or whole is to be divided by 2. So this is going to be divided by 2, and then divided by 2. So that will be 18 pi. Now with this, this is going to be the area of this part E semicircle. Actually, we need to understand that for semicircle, I need to have pi r square, and then I need to divide it by 2 since this is half of that. So the final answer is going to be this 18 pi centimeter squares. Okay, for part F now, the circumference is going to be 2 pi r divided by 2 since this is the semicircle. Pi times radius is 9.2. So this is 9.2 pi. And now with this, I need to add this portion because when I need to calculate the circumference, circumference means the length of the outer boundary. For the outer boundary, I need to include this side, that is the diameter of this semicircle. So complete circumference is going to be 9.2 pi plus 2 times the radius, that is 2 times 9.2. So 9.2 pi plus 18.4, and this whole is to be given in centimeters. So this is the answer for the circumference of this semicircle. And now for the area, pi r square whole divided by 2. Pi as it is, radius is 9.2 and its square and whole divided by 2. So simplifying it, I get 84.64 pi divided by 2, and the answer is to be given in centimeter squares. In case of area, all of this is there. No need to include this side as we did in the case when we were calculating the circumference. In circumference, we added this portion which was 9.2 and then we added this portion 9.2. That was actually the length of the diameter. Okay, now we can further simplify it out. This is going to be the answer for the area of this semicircle. So that completes question number 1. It's question number 2 now. For each of the following, give the answer as a multiple of pi. Calculate the circumference of a circle of diameter 10. We studied this formula pi d for the circumference as well. So pi as it is, diameter is 10. So this is going to be 10 pi centimeters. Then part B. A circle has a radius of 7 millimeters. What is its circumference? Now I will be using this formula for the circumference 2 pi r. 2 as it is, pi as it is, and then for radius I need to replace the value 7. So the answer is going to be 14 pi millimeters. Then part C. What is the area of a circle of diameter 1.9? So the area is going to be calculated as pi r squared. Pi would be the same. For radius, I need to divide 1.9 by 2 and then I need to take its square. Simplifying it using calculator, we get 0.9 9025, then pi, and the answer is to have the units of centimeter squares. Okay, then for part D, the radius of a semicircle is 3 centimeters. What is the area of the semicircle? Area of the semicircle is given by pi r square divided by 2. So pi as it is, and radius of that semicircle is given by 3 centimeters. So this is going to be 3 squared whole divided by 2. So this will give us 9 pi divided by 2, which can be simplified to give 4.5 pi, and the answer is to have centimeter squares as its unit. So this is the area of the semicircle. Okay, then we proceed to question number 3. A circle of circumference 12 pi centimeter is precision cut from a metal square as shown. What is the length of each side of the square? So I need to have circumference of circle is given by formula 2 pi r, and the value of the circumference given in the question is 12 pi centimeter. So I'm going to replace this value. 12 pi is equal to 2 pi r. So from here now, 12 pi divided by 2 pi, pi gets cancelled out and 12 gets cancelled out with this 2. So the radius is given by 6 centimeters. If the radius is 6 centimeters, so the complete length of the square is going to be equal to the diameter of the circle. So length of square in this case is going to be equal to the diameter of the circle. That means 2 times the radius. That means 2 times 6, which is 12 centimeters. So this length will be 12 centimeters. This is the side of the square and its length is 12 centimeters. Okay. What area of the metal is left after the circle has been cut out? Give your answer in terms of pi. For part B, area of leftover square, that is going to be area of square minus area of circle. Since area of the square is given by the formula length square minus area of the circle is given by the formula pi r squared. So side of the square is equal to 12. So that's why 12 square minus pi times radius of the circle, which is 6. So 6 squared. This will give us 144 minus 36 pi. This is going to be the answer for the area of the leftover portion from that metal square. This means this one, this one, this one, and this one. This area is going to be this much centimeter squares. 144 minus 36 pi. Since we had to give the answer in the terms of pi, so this is going to be the answer of the required leftover area in the form of pi as a whole expression. So that completes question number 3. Then it is question number 4. The diagram shows two concentric circles. Concentric circles are those circles which have got the common center. The center of this circle is the same as the center of this outer circle. So that's why these are called concentric circles. Okay. The inner circle has a circumference of 14 pi millimeter. This is 14 pi millimeters. The outer circle has a radius of 9 millimeter. So when we calculate the radius of the outer circle, this means from here till here, this distance is 9 millimeters. Determine the exact area of the shaded portion. Okay, so area of shaded portion, that is actually given by area of outer circle minus area of inner circle. Okay, area of the outer circle, that will be given by pi times 9 squared. And now to calculate the area of the inner circle, we know that the circumference of this inner circle is 14 pi. So I'm going to use this formula of the circumference. Circumference is equal to 2 pi r. The value of the circumference is 14 pi, 2 pi r. So the radius is going to be 14 pi divided by 2 pi. Pi gets cancelled out, and this gives us radius of the inner circle is 7 centimeter. And this is 7 centimeters, so I'm going to replace it in the formula pi r squared, which will give me 81 pi minus 49 pi, which is 32 pi, and the units are millimeter squares. So this is the area of the shaded portion given in terms of pi, 32 pi millimeter squares. So that completes question number 4 as well as exercise 7.3.